With the war in Ukraine and strict sanctions on Russia disrupting the global fuel supply, President Joe Biden today announcing new steps to attempt to reduce soaring gas prices here at home.
The president is planning to release a record 1 million barrels of oil a day from U.S. strategic reserves over the next 6 months. President Biden is urging U.S. oil companies to increase production today, calling on Congress to make oil producers pay fees on wells from federal land leases they aren't using.
Our prices are rising because of Putin's actions. There isn't enough supply. And the bottom line is, if we want lower gas prices, we need to have more oil supply right now.
It is unclear what the impact the president's plan to release 1 million barrels a day will have on prices and if we will soon see any relief. According to the U.S. Energy Administration, the country uses nearly 20 million barrels of oil every day. And as gas prices continue to dominate headlines and lawmakers consider some kind of relief, Tucson is seeing slightly lower prices at the pump, but just by a couple of pennies.
And tonight, the average for a gallon of regular unleaded is $4.49 in Pima County, and that is versus a record $4.50 set on March 13th, according to AAA.
For a while, gas prices went up daily, and that continued even after the cost of crude oil went down. So why don't our gas prices match up?
Rebecca Taylor gets you answers in tonight's News 4 Tucson investigation.
Economists tell me even if the price of crude oil stabilizes below where it is now, it could take weeks for that to be reflected in the price of gasoline.
I think they went down 2 cents from yesterday, but yeah, it's still records.
You get used to one price, like in the threes, which is a lot, and then all of a sudden it jumps above 4. We have 2 trucks.
Lisa Phillips canceled summer travel plans due to high gas prices.
Why is it taking so long to bring them down again? You can just jack them up so fast, and then why can't it come back down as fast?
We asked Daniel Sheetram, an agricultural and resources economics professor at the University of Arizona.
Back in the beginning of the year, crude oil was about $60 a barrel, so now it's about double.
He says gas stations are not willing to lower prices just because crude oil dips in price, because they can't anticipate what oil prices will look like in the next few days or weeks. When gas stations set their prices, he says, they have to keep in mind that they'll have to replace the fuel they're selling.
And the price of gasoline at the pump is about 60% based on the price of crude oil, but the remainder is based on the cost of refining to turn the crude oil into gasoline, the cost of distribution and marketing to get it from the refineries to the gas stations, and then on top of that there's also federal and state excise taxes, so that all that adds up to the price you see at the gas station.
I've got 10.3 gallons and I paid $50 even.
It takes us over $100 to fill up our trucks, and we don't drive very much.
Phillips uses a mobile app to find the cheapest gas. According to Gas Buddy, there's a range of nearly $1 between the lowest gas in Tucson and the most expensive. But why is gas higher at some gas stations, even in the same part of town?
It just could be a matter of when in the day somebody bought their wholesale gas, and then they have to figure out how to get rid of it. And we're talking about 5,000, 6,000 gallons that they bought at a possibly way different price than somebody else. That could explain some of the outliers in the market.
Jeff Leonard is with the National Association of Convenience Stores. He says the brand of gas and competition down the street can cause the price to fluctuate as well. While gas station owners generally set their own prices, he says higher gas prices do not mean the retailer selling the fuel is making more money.
But when you look at overall markup, the markup on a gallon of gas, it tends to be about 30 cents a gallon. From that, the retailer probably pays 15, maybe 20 cents in expenses, probably makes about 10 cents a gallon or about $1 on a typical 10-gallon fill-up.
The average vehicle uses 500 gallons of gas a year. When prices are $1 higher, that's $500 per vehicle. Many drivers are doing what they can to make their fill-up last.
I myself not jumping in the cars frequently.
I try to just keep, like, top it off. I'll top it off just because I don't know if it's going to go up again. So I try to keep it topped off.
Prepare yourself. The entire country will soon move to a different type of fuel that's more expensive to make. Leonard says the annual switch to summer blend gas will make prices go up about 15 cents a gallon. If you have a story you'd like us to investigate,
Email us at investigators@kvoa.com or call our tip line at 520-955-4444. Rebecca Taylor, News 4 Tucson.